Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel for another interesting beer review and another really interesting beer style. It's a beer style that I actually didn't knew existed until I found this particular beer, and I haven't seen it as far as I can remember from another breweries either. It's Heller Weizen Doppelbock. So it's wheat beer combined with a Doppelbock. That's why it's a Weizen Doppelbock. I've reviewed the Doppelbock before on the channel, the Eyinger at least, and I reviewed Weizenbock also. It was from Gutmann, and I have another Weizenbock as far as I know, at least one, the Weihenstephanovicus, that are waiting to be reviewed, and I look for more Weizenbocks because I think it's a really interesting beer style. So when I found this Doppelbock Weizen, I got really excited because Germany, which I'm into, is quite traditional when it comes to their beer styles. But this seems like a really interesting invention that they've been combining the Doppelbock with the Weissbier and made a Weizen Doppelbock. And as you might know, the Doppelbock is a stronger dark beer, and so this one has some different connections to the different beer styles, mainly those two, the normal Heffe Weissbier and the Weiss Doppelbock has mainly two different beer styles combined. It's the brewery is the Karmeliten brewery, really old monastery brewery from Niederbayern, lower Bavaria, and it looks like this, really nice looking with the monks on the label, as they always have on their different beers. They have many other beers as well, and it has the foil right here, as you can see. Always like when it's a foil. I think it looks a little bit special, adds a little bit to the moment. But yeah, it's an interesting brewery, and I'm gonna read through about history about the brewery later on. But first, a little bit about the beer style. I was reading this information also before when I reviewed the Weizenbock from Gutmann, but I'm gonna read through that information now also, so you get that information about what a Weizenbock is, and then you have to consider that this not actually is a normal Weizenbock, it's a Doppelbock Weizen, which is a little bit different. I haven't found, as I said, any other Doppelbock Weizen, so that's why I'm gonna use this information. Wheatbock or Weizenbock is a beer style that first was brewed in Bavaria in 1907. It combines the yeast aromatic characteristic of pale wheat beer with the strong malty elements found in bock beer, which is a strong and dark lager beer. The result is a wheat beer with the aroma and taste of cloves, banana, dried fruit and malt. Often there is an alcohol flavor in the beer, as the alcohol content is usually between 6.5 and 9% ABV. The beer is often full in flavor and always hot yeasted. The color may vary from yellow to brown depending on the alcoholic strength and the malt used. Now to some information about the brewery, the Karmeliten Brauerei. The Karmeliten Brauerei Straubing is a beer brewery in Straubing in Niederbayern, Lower Bavaria. In 2008, the output determined 40,000 hectoliters. Already in 1367, the brewery was formed by the brothers Lorentz and sold in 1374 to the monastery of the Karmeliten Order, which had been based in Straubing since 1368 as a monastery brewery, and is now one of the oldest operating companies in Germany. In 1769, the Karmeliten were banned from serving beer under pressure from private breweries. In 1848, the monastery bought the brewery and the malt mill back from the state. In 1879, the monastery directed the brewery to Karl Sturm for 120,000 Reichsmarks. The family-owned brewery differed. From 2013, obsessive rights to save energy were tackled. In 2017, it was confirmed as an energy self-sufficient brewery with the Handelsblatt Energy Award. I don't really know if it was 120,000 Reichsmarks or 12,000, that's not really obvious. Before the brewery according to the old brewing recipes of the monastery brewery, but now managed with the latest technology. The brewing barley malt is closed from the Straubing urban area. The water comes from are being collected from the 100-meter deep well on the brewery site. All ingredients does of course come from the local area. About this particular one, the Doppelbock-Weizen called Karmentinus, it's possible to read from their website. The pale wheat Doppelbock Karmentinus gets its fruity mild aroma from a particularly high wheat malt content. In addition to peach, clove and exotic fruits, the mouth has a very velvety soft taste of a sweet banana. That's usually the aroma of the Hefeweizens as well, as you know. The traditional bottle fermentation ensures natural liveliness and the highest taste quality. Sounds really interesting. And as you know, it's wheat beer style, this Doppelbock-Weizen. So of course you need to have a Weissbier glass. As always, I'm gonna go through the process of pouring up a Weissbier. You need to rinse the glass, use only cold water, nothing else, no chemicals, don't dry it with a handkerchief or anything like that afterwards, just use cold water and then serve it. You see that it's maybe water still left in it, just the way it should be, to make the beer come more easily into the bottle. Let's open it up. And when you pour it up, you need hold the glass in an angle like this, 45-degree angle. Let it come slowly. Seems like it got quite much foam when I opened it for some reason. I just need to let it sink down because the idea of pouring up any type of a Weissbier is that it's creating really much foam, so you need to avoid that in the beginning until you're quite high up. That's why you need to hold the glass in a plain angle and turn it up straight when you're almost finished. Then keep a little bit of beer at the very end of the bottle, since that's where the yeast are being collected, because it's continuing to yeast in the bottle. So which I'm gonna show you later, swirl the bottle at the end and then pour up the rest. In this case, I don't actually know why it happened that there appeared so much foam immediately, even though I, to me, did the right way of the process, but there's nothing more to do at the moment than waiting until the foam has been disappeared, I would say. Let's see, we maybe could fill it up a little bit more. No, that's not possible. It's gonna take time, a very, very long time. And yeah, what more to say? That's not my fault. It just happened. It's possible to do mistakes sometimes. I don't know what my mistake was in this case, to be honest. I remember that that the sound was very loud when I opened the bottle. I don't know if I opened it in any wrong way or something, but if you recognize what it was, I would appreciate that you could comment that, because it's always good to learn things. The thing also with this Weissbiers is that the foam head is very thick, and it's very hard for them to disappear. So as I've been saying before, you should start to drink while there's still a big foam head. That's what they do in Bavaria, and that's the way to do it also, of course. Meanwhile, as I said, there is nothing to do actually. If I'm gonna continue to pour at the moment, even if I'm gonna hold it in an angle, it's just gonna continue to rise. The foam head, so that's not a good idea. I think we're gonna have to wait it out. And as I always say, also when I drink Weissbiers, which I love, there's no reason to hurry or to rush. It's one can only wait until it's being served in the right way. Let's try one more time, even though I doubt that it's gonna work. No, it continues to rise, of course. Yeah, you can watch my other videos if you want to know how to pour up a Weissbier, because this time it didn't work out. It was a disaster, and still I don't understand why. It's as simple as that. I'm not perfect. Until or when the foam has been disappeared, I'm gonna try to fix the problem with pouring up the rest and create the foam head the way it should be. And I hope it's not gonna affect the taste in a bad way. I hope it's gonna work out, and that we're gonna get the taste that it is meant to have. That's at least what I'm gonna try to do. But since it has been going very bad this far, I doubt that I'm gonna succeed with that, unfortunately. But yeah, as I said, I'm not lucky every time. That's just the way it is. This far, it looks as it often does with Helles Weissbiers, I would say, with the color and the thick white head and so on. Let's see if it's possible to pour a little bit more into it. If I do it extremely slow. No. Bad choice again. Which I'm extremely disappointed about, because I have been looking forward to this one really much, and then it is getting like this. it should be poured up in the just the way with other normal Helles Weissens are being poured up, but it didn't work out this time for, as I said, the reason that I don't understand at all. But I'm gonna, as I said, I'm gonna try to do my best about it anyway. Just let the foam head being turned down a little bit or disappearing a little bit, and then we can see what we can do. Meanwhile, I can read from the bottle. I remember right now that I haven't been doing that. Karmeliten Karmentinus Hellerweizen Doppelbock, alcohol volume 8.0. Gebraut nach dem bayerischen Reinheitsgebot seit 1367. Karmeliten Brauerei Straubing. Karmeliten Brauerei. Our Weizen Doppelbock Karmentinus is a top fermenting brew made from 70% wheat malt. Original bottle fermentation enriches the wheat bock beer with natural carbonation and a unique soft taste. The quality of the beers we produce today is a tribute to the skill and dedication of our founders of 650 years ago. Karmeliten Brewery is in Straubing, established in 1367. Karmeliten Brauerei Straubing. A link to the brewery's website is also here on the back label, which I will link to in the description box below, as always. Ingredients is only here in Swedish for some reason, so I must read it in Swedish. Vatten, vetemalt, kornmalt, aromhumle och jäst. Because I can't translate it immediately. Yeah, still way to go before I can pour up the rest. As you can see, it's never disappearing. And I bet it's never gonna disappear either, probably. Still very much left in the bottle, of course. See if I can pour a little bit more. If I do it really slow, maybe if I'm a little lucky. Yeah, there we have the, at least poured a little bit of it. And yeah, I think now it's the amount left when you're gonna start to swirl the bottle to, as I said, make the yeast be a part of the beer again. And you swirl it like this or like this, or you place the bottle like this at the table and roll it back and forth, and then the yeast is gonna be a part of the beer again. And then after that you pour up the rest, and then you get the right flavor. So let's see. Now you see the yeast that's coming down just the way it should be, and the nice white head. That's always the thing with the Weissbiers. Finally, I think that we might have it, and that you can see how it should look like. This was what I was thriving for all the time. It was a long way this time, but it was. If I got another chance, I could probably do it better, being a little bit more gentle and stopping in the beginning while I saw that it was creating only foam in the very beginning. Anyway, we have it now the way we want it, with a nice white head, as you can see, rises up just the way it should be, and color-wise, I would say that it's quite typical for a Weissbier, maybe a little bit darker, but it still have the very cloudy apricot orange color of it. Not possible to see through, of course. A little bit more pale here at the bottom comparing to the top, but the aroma is also really fresh. You definitely feel that it's a pale Weissbier. Hints of bananas there as always. Maybe I feel that it's a little bit stronger, and of course it's definitely stronger in terms of alcohol compared to the normal Weissbiers. Yeah, interesting. This one is going to be interesting, definitely, because, as I said, it's a beer style that I haven't reviewed before on the channel, and also it's a beer style that I didn't even knew existed before I found this one, and haven't seen it from any other brewers as well. So, gonna be really interesting to try it. So, Prost. Yeah, nice. Really nice. Do I feel that it's stronger than a normal Hefeweizen with around 5% ABV? Yes, definitely. Do I feel that it's a Helles Weissbier with the fruity taste? Yes, I do. So I would say that it tastes like I thought it was gonna be a stronger Helleweisen, I would call it. It's interesting. It has a nice quality. For me, who love Weissbiers, this is an interesting experience. And the disappointment from the pouring process is kind of being forgotten at the moment. It's nice because it has a bodiness and still it has the typical very easy to drink taste from the Hello Weissbiers. That's nice. It's really nice. Really easy to drink and nice taste of it. So even though you're a fan of Weissbiers or not, this one is something I recommend for you to try, because it's really nice. I'm just sorry for the bad pouring at this time from me. This one deserved a better pouring, a two-step pouring that that I normally do. It was just a mistake this time. But I think it tastes the way it should be, because it tastes like a stronger Naturtrüb Helle Weissbier, in my opinion. Yeah, that was nice. Really, really great one. One that I could recommend. The Karmeliten Karmentinus Helles Doppelbock Weizen. Interesting one. I think that's it for now. Hope you continue to follow my channel for more interesting beer reviews. There's a lot of interesting beers that will be coming up, so hope you look forward to that as much as I do. And I see you again in the next video.